You ever found yourself where you're coding away, you're working on a back-end service or a piece of code, and you're really kind of locked in, you're in that flow state. You made all your changes, you're ready to make sure that everything works. So inside Postman, for instance, I'm going to go and run some local tests to make sure everything works as expected. But let's say throughout that process, you notice that something is wrong. There's an error that's come back from your local test stubs and your mocks. The problem is, very often you then have to stop what you're doing. You have to jump out of the tool that you're using and start to move over to something different. So let's say, for example, in my instance, I had an error inside here. What I'd have to then do is I would have to leave Postman. I would have to change my context, jump over into another tool, say a VS Code, if it was a front end or maybe a Node app or a JavaScript app that I was working on, make my changes. Then I'll have to jump context again, jump into, say, my terminal so I can commit those changes into GitHub once I've fixed them. And then quite likely, you're going to jump over again and change context into GitHub so you can merge that PR and push it. Now, there's a lot of research that says all of that context switching takes time, about 15 to 20 minutes for your mind to get back into the project that you were working on and get back into context on where you were. Now, in this video, I want to show you how to use the new Postman local file system integration with Git, as well as the GitHub MCP server directly inside Postman to eliminate all of that context switching. So you can identify an error using local mocks and tests, create a branch inside your GitHub repo so you can work on those changes directly with inside Postman with the local file system integration, and then push it all into GitHub and merge your PR without ever leaving Postman. So let's just jump straight in. Now, because we're working on local file system, you need to download the Postman desktop application. Once you have that downloaded, you'll see your local collections here. But what we want to do is click on this local file system folder. I'm going to go open folders, and I'm going to choose the auth service that I was working on. Now, this is a GitHub repo that I've got on my local machine. I'm going to go install that, connect it to my workspace. Now what you'll see is I see the collections that are available in that local workspace directly inside here. So these are my login, logout services that we saw just before. Now, for argument's sake here, to make it simple, I've got my login service code inside here as well. So this is my React application or Node application, whatever it is that you're working on. Now, this is where you've noticed an error that you need to go and fix. So we'll make it super simple, but let's say, for instance, inside our auth controller, we just want to change an error message. Anything that will represent what we're doing with inside code. Now, before we start to make those changes, what we want to do is we want to connect the GitHub MCP server directly into Postman. This will give the context to agent mode, so you can just prompt and make all the changes that you need. Now, to get started doing that, go ahead and click on this cog down here, configure MCP servers. And what you're going to want to look for is the GitHub MCP. That's the one you want. All you need to do is tap Add Server. Go ahead and edit your configuration. You'll need to go get your GitHub personal access token. Now, to get the personal access token that you need, go back to GitHub, click on your developer settings, personal access tokens, and you want to use the fine grain token. Just go ahead and generate a new token. And I'm going to call it Postman Video. Choose the expiration date you need. I'll just choose 30 days for this one. Up to you in terms of what you want to choose for your repositories. Generally, if I'm working inside Postman, I'll use my public repositories because it just makes it easy for me to use the tool generically. But if I'm using private repositories, I may select just individual ones. Now, down once you get to the permissions, you just need to add the read-write permissions that can write to those repos. I've gone ahead and created my token here. You'll see here are the access that I need in terms of read access to the code spaces and the metadata and the write access. At that point, I have my token. Once you have your token, go ahead and replace this placeholder here and tap Update. If everything is configured correctly, you should now see a certain number of tools. It should be about 84 tools enabled with inside your MCP server. So at that point, our GitHub MCP server is fully set up and configured. Now, before we start making our changes, we want to create a branch inside GitHub. We no longer have to jump out and change the context because we have our MCP server connected. And you'll notice in the new Postman UI, down the bottom here, you can actually see the branches inside your GitHub repo, which is super helpful for staying in the flow on what you're working with. But I'm going to use agent mode and give it a prompt to create a new branch for me and just hit enter. Now let's ask agent mode to go ahead and change us to the right branch. Now what you'll see down the side here is I am in the new branch. Great thing with the native Git integration, makes it really easy to follow. Some of the messages you'll hear here is because I already had existing changes. I'll take care of those later. Now for the example here, I'm just going to make a very simple change. I'm inside auth controller and I just want to change this error message. So I'll just say try again. Save my change. Now before I commit my changes back into the repo, I want to test those changes and make sure they're good. I'm going to go back to my local items here and take advantage of the new local mocks features inside Postman. You'll see here I have all of my local mocks here and available. And in my login service, I'm actually going to change the environment to local mock service. So it knows my API endpoints. It knows that it's going to use a different service port URL. So in this instance, I'm going to use localhost and port 4500, which is what my local mocks are set up for. With my local server up and running for my mocks, I'm just going to ask agent mode to run all the tests on this collection. The tests. I've made my changes, my tests passed. I just need to push it back into the repo. So I'm going to use the GitHub MCP, my changes, back to the branch. What you'll notice here as well is there are a number of files that the MCP service and agent mode has notified that it's been changed. And that's because part of this process, I actually upgraded the collection.json to v3, which is the new one that is available. Great thing is I didn't have to take care of it. Agent mode and the GitHub MCP identified these things, upgraded, migrated for me, and now I can push them all in quite happily. Now this is amazing. I was looking at doing a very simple, small change to push all of those things, but because agent mode understood what had changed with inside the new Postman and knew that I needed to upgrade my collections to the new v3 collection format, it went ahead and did that, picked them all up in the GitHub push, and will merge them all in as part of this change. This is great. It totally saves me a ton of time and something that I wasn't even thinking about as part of my code change. Okay, everything is committed. Much bigger change than I expected, but the great thing is agent mode and Postman knew that I needed to make those changes before I even did. Now what really changed here is because of the new collections v3 format, my project was already using collections v2. I made my auth controller change, but I didn't go ahead and make those changes to the collections v3. Postman migrated those changes for me, and then agent mode was smart enough to know that things had changed and used the GitHub MCP to push all of those directly into my repo and my feature branch. So at that point, I'm ready to actually create a PR. So I'm going to use exactly what agent mode is suggesting here and say, create a PR. All right, my PR is done. It's ready for review. Assuming everything is good, then it's all approved. And all I want to do is say merge the PR. Obviously, I would have an approver as part of this, but in my example, I don't need it. And that's it. I've merged my PR back into the main. I completely eliminated all of that context switching by using the new Postman local file system and native Git integration, agent mode, and the GitHub MCP to combine all of those together to a very seamless workflow that really kind of expands that scope of what you can do with inside Postman. It's a real game changer in terms of the productivity that I'm finding through the tool. I'm going to link the repo into the description. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you on the next one.